that's very scary because 3 months flew by in an instant. I spent the last 10 minutes filming just to realize I didn't press record, so let's try again. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Irina, aka Xelia on social media, and I'm an illustrator and graphic designer. Today is the 26th of March, which means it's almost the end of Q1 of 2025. But being the end of Q1 means it's time to plan for the next quarter. And I thought it would be a great opportunity to take you with me and share with you how I do it using Notion and the 12-week year planning method. So, in order to help myself stay on top of my goals this year, I decided to use the 12-week year planning method. And after using it during Q1, I am really happy with how much I managed to achieve. I felt very productive, and usually around January, February, it's when the seasonal depression really hits me, but I feel like having something to focus on and having this system to help me stay productive really helped with that. So let me tell you a bit about it. So first of all, this is the original book. As a disclaimer, I did not read it, but you can go read it if you want. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be really useful and you will learn more from it than from whatever I have to say. But I watched a lot of videos using this method, and as a disclaimer, this is by no means a tutorial. I'm just gonna show you how I apply the things I learned about this method into my own planning system. And hopefully you'll find it helpful or entertaining. The idea behind the book is that instead of treating the year... I'm threatening the year. The idea behind the book is that instead of treating the year as a 12 months period, you treat it as a 12 weeks period, which is the equivalent of 3 months, so a quarter. This will help build a sense of urgency around your goals, helping you stay focused on immediate actionable steps. And based on my previous statement regarding my own problems, which is procrastination and forgetting about my goals, I think this is a really great solution for me and could be for you as well. So let me open Notion and show you how I use it. By the way, if you want to use the same layout as me, I created a Notion template which you can download from the description box. Okay, so I actually already did my Q2 planning yesterday. To be honest, it's quite personal, so what I'm gonna do, I'm actually just gonna walk you through the template and make one up as we go. So this is the template. And I already have Q1 and Q2 sorted, but if you're starting from scratch, you wanna start by going to my vision section, and here, as you can see, you can personalize it by changing the image up here. And I also included a few instructions in red that you can delete once you're done. But what you wanna do here is create a vision board for your year with the goals you wanna achieve. You know what a vision board is, I don't need to tell you that, and upload it here. When I made my vision board at the beginning of January, I kind of made it for the whole year, so there are a lot of goals that I want to work on, and to organize them a little bit better, I decided to group them into 3 main categories. So I'd say one goal category for me would be diversifying, and I cannot type to save my life, diversifying my income. I would say grow my social media and learn new skills, and everything else is a list. So for example, in diversifying my income, you can do something like, I'm a graphic designer and illustrator, so I would write start freelancing, or another idea could be start taking commissions. Is that how you spell it? Whatever. Yeah, and you can even change these images to fit your goals. So To change one image, you can click these three dots at the top and then replace, and you can upload it or go on Unsplash if you have something, or go on Unsplash and be like income, and let's see what it gives you. And it could look something like that. Once you've done this section and you've grouped your goals into categories, then every quarter you can go to each of these categories and pick 1 to 2 goals to focus on. And that's kind of how I do it. So now that I have this done, let me show you how I plan a quarter in my year. And the first thing I will do once I go into my template is write down the goal categories that we talked about earlier. So, and from here you can pick 1 goal from each category to focus on during this quarter. So let's say from diversifying my income, I'm gonna focus on starting freelancing, and here you can take this opportunity or use this space to go a bit more in depth with what you want to do to help achieve this goal. So create an online portfolio, sign up on a freelance website, whatever else someone does to join the freelancing world. Maybe, create contract / invoice template, 1 eternity letter. Anyway, and we can include the same images here. So within this layout, I made a different database for each month, which you can access here. And let's rename it to April because this is the first month of this quarter. And again, you can replace these images with the 3 for each goal category that we had on the previous board. I also added a calendar, and within this page you have a weekly planner, which includes another database for each of the 4 weeks. And here you have priority 1, priority 2, priority 3, and a weekly breakdown where you can set goals for each week as a to-do list. And one thing worth mentioning is this same database here, it's also used here for ease of access. So instead of having to click on April and then finding the week you're interested in, you can just select the same week from here. So let's go back to the month first, and let's say on week 1 I want to focus on writing my freelance documents, starting on donut tutorial, and then the third priority could be my YouTube video, or plan my YouTube videos for the quarter. Yeah, let's go with that one. These are my 3 priorities for the first week of April, and also let's set the week. So that will be, I start my week on Monday, which can be very annoying with how the Notion is set up. End date on the 6th. Okay, cool. And that's the first week, and we can come down here now within weekly breakdown for week 1, and I'm not necessarily gonna put a date in, and we can create a series of tasks. And what you can do from here is copy them and click on week 1 within your weekly planner database, and it's gonna take you to the next page. We had a short intermission because of internet problems, of course. So let's get back into it, and let me start recording my screen again. So this is the template for the weekly spread, and as I said, this works as a template. So for example, if we go to week 2, as you can see it's blank, and what you can do is just press on this button that says weekly, and the template will load up blank, so you'll be able to fill everything yourself. Well, let's go back to week 1 and work on that. And once you go into your weekly spread, you'll notice that the date and the 3 priorities carry over. And here we have the tasks, and I already pasted them from the previous page, but what they would initially say would be task 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and all you need to do is just copy and paste them from the previous page. And then moving on, underneath we have the weekly spread. There is a box for each day and one for next week. I don't actually use it at all, but it might be useful for you, so I'll let you there. Then underneath the weekly spread we have the habit tracker, and then there's a toggle down menu for some notes if you have any to add. Now the last part I want to show you is the daily planner, which is pretty simple. It has a database with all my tasks, and using filters I created different views for each day. The only thing to keep in mind is that when you open a daily planner for the first time, you will have to set the date manually, like this. And let's do it for tomorrow and this weekly to-do list view. So when you have a new task, I just write it down. I can pick a category as well. Obviously all of these can be customized, and once I complete it, I check it off. You can use filters to make it disappear once completed, but I like to keep them all here. I also added a notes section just in case there's something you want to write down for the day. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Okay guys, this felt like a lot of inconsistent yapping on my side, but if you enjoy this type of Plan With Me Notion video, I also made a Notion video about how I stay consistent with my posting schedule. And if you wanna watch that, you can click on the link in the top right corner, I hope. Yeah, and again, if you want to use the same template as I did, you can get it from the link in my description box. If you made it to this point in the video, I am so grateful, and I want to say a massive thank you. Hi, this is Editing Irina. I just wanted to pop in and say please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe and all that jazz if you enjoyed this video, because it helps a lot. Thank you! And until next video, I hope you have a wonderful time filled with joy and bliss. Bye!